It's Joseph bringing guys another video. So today we're going to be talking about why Young Justice Season 3 could very well be the best season of Young Justice. Um, so let's get into it. So we start off with the first 3 episodes. We start off with the first 3 episodes, and it's very much, cliffhangers and all. We get three. So far, okay. Anyways, we get three episodes per week, and the best part about it is there are no strings attached. They can do whatever they want with the show. So I'm trying to prevent my dog from falling off the bed. You're crazy. You're crazy. You're gonna fall off. You're gonna fall off, okay? You're gonna fall off. Don't lean back, you dumb dog. You're stupid, okay? You're stupid. Anyways, but there's no strings attached because they're not connected to a network. This is their platform. This is their streaming platform, and so they have every right to do whatever they want with it. Now, it is going to go on Netflix, but Netflix isn't like Cartoon Network, and so therefore they won't restrict what is done with what happens. They won't restrict what happens with the show. Netflix isn't as strict as Cartoon Network is. Cartoon Network is very much a family-friendly show in a way. They always like, the kid cartoons. There was a point where they accepted more mature cartoons, and so therefore we ended up we ended up with we ended up with I'm trying to film this. We ended up with, Justice League, the animated series. We ended up with Batman, the animated series, and all of the animated series that ended up on Cartoon Network that were very mature for a cartoon. And then something happened where it switched to become more family friendly, and therefore we ended up with shows like Teen Titans Go and even Batman. Brave and the Bold and those types of shows that aren't really like the original Cartoon Network, brand, because they essentially changed how things work. They became more and more family friendly. So Young Justice very well had to hold a lot back. They couldn't do a lot of the things that they wanted to do, and their demographic wasn't what was actually younger. So now that it's on the DC Universe streaming platform, they don't have any strings attached, and their demographic, I believe, is older now, because it used to be like young teens, like I would say 7 to like 15, around that time frame, right? But now this is a platform where there's not only kids, but there's also a lot of adults, young adults that are invested into the comics. Everybody, basically the adult nerds. There's a huge demographic for, young adults who love, animated series, but they don't want something that's like, kiddish. And so here in the first 3 episodes, we already get a tease of what we can expect from this season going forward. We can see all this, this bloodshed. We can see, there's not necessarily going to be cursing. It's not like Titans, mature level, but it certainly is a more mature version of the show. And I think that can be a really good thing for Young Justice, because there's a lot of good characters that they can add in that will, really push the message that Young Justice is trying to, in the story, that Young Justice is trying to convey with their show. And therefore, I think that Young Justice Season 3 could very well be the best season of Young Justice, and not only that, but arguably one of the best seasons that DC has ever had. Just because they're no longer needing to hold back based on another network's standards. They don't need to listen to Cartoon Network, they don't need to listen to Netflix, they don't need to listen to anybody except themselves, because they are their own company, they own the platform that they're publishing on, and it's very much like how any other creator who owns their own, publishing site, acts. I think this is also the main reason why a lot of these companies are looking to branch out and looking to get their own, streaming services, because then they don't have to worry about contracts. They don't have to worry about anyone except themselves. And I think in many ways that's actually really beneficial for the creators, because they don't have to hold back on story modes, on stories, right? They can show the blood, they can show the realism, they can show all these things, and they can include all these, plot lines that are a little bit more mature, but not like, Titans mature level. And I think that's why Season 3 could very well be one of the best seasons. Now, I'm not saying that it's guaranteed, because there are things that they're going to have to do in order to make that happen. They're still going to have to tell an amazing story. They're still going to have to introduce all these characters. They're still going to have, at least, decent animation. They're still going to have quality. Quality is definitely important. But because they don't have these restrictions anymore, they can still, I really think that this can very well be one of the best seasons of Young Justice. Now, I know some people might, argue that these aren't the characters that we know and love, and it's very, Young Justice feels a little bit different from what it was. It's a little bit slow right now. Right now, I think it is kind of slow, but I think we can easily see it gaining momentum. Remember, these are only the first 3 episodes. There are 26 episodes in this season. 26. Do you think all of them are going to be really slow? Probably not. In fact, I feel like as we get in, I think it's going to be like your little roller coaster. As we go up, we're going to go up and up and up and up and up, and then eventually we're going to go straight out, rocketing down the slope. I think it's going to be a really good season, and I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes. Anyway, so that's what I have to say about Young Justice Season 3, and hopefully it can be really good, especially since they don't have any strings attached. They have no contracts to worry about. They have no standards, no rules to go by. They are going for whatever they want to go with, and I think that's a really good thing for the show. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and peace out, guys. It's been a blast. Also, there you go.